Hey guys, this is Runescape and welcome back to a new video. So I just want to say a huge thanks to everyone for the previous video. It was our first video and we got some really good feedback, so thanks heaps for that, and hopefully this video will live up to the expectations of that one. So in this one we're just going to be covering the new Ripper Demons that came out, and hopefully you guys will find this helpful. So same as last video, any feedback is welcome, so feel free to let us know anything we should change. But anyway, let's get on with the video. Alright, so just some basic info about the Ripper Demons. They're combat level 131, they have 33,563 hit points, and they're not very aggressive, but they actually have some pretty challenging mechanics, but we'll get into that later. So now we'll just move on to the requirements for killing these things. So the requirements for killing these, it's mandatory to have 96 Slayer, otherwise you're actually not able to hit these things. Darklight is highly recommended as they are demons, so you get the increased accuracy and damage provided by Darklight. Obviously completing Dimension Disaster as well will give you sort of the upgraded Darklight, so that would be even better. It's recommended to have 80 to 90 plus stats, otherwise things might be a bit more difficult than they already are. 67 plus summoning for at least a War Tortoise to carry more food. Obviously Yak could be more helpful. And any auras such as Penance or Vampirism will be very helpful here. Now that we know a bit of sort of what's to be expected and what we need to kill the demons, let's go over sort of the gear setup. So for this video I sort of used a lower tier gear setup just to show that you don't really need expensive gear to be able to kill these things. I've upgraded a couple things, but just use the best gear you can, and obviously this can be done in Bandos as you'll see in the video in a bit. So I'm just wearing full Bandos, just wear the best gear you can. I chose to have Penance just so I basically don't need to take prayer pots, but I do still have some there just in case. I don't know, I just get really lucky and they don't hit me or anything, or I don't take any damage. But you know, you can replace this with Vampirism. Taking a Sign of Life instead of a Holy Wrench might be pretty useful. But the most important thing is here, I have the main hand Darklight for the bonuses against demons, and I have the offhand Excalibur because it's basically free. It's not expensive, and it provides a really good heal and a defense bonus if you don't have overloads. So see, you don't really need tier 90s or anything to kill these things, and that's definitely one of the more important parts of this guide, is to show that you don't need the highest tier gear to be able to kill these. So Darklight and Excalibur are probably my two main things that I would recommend when killing these. As for the inventory setup, just bring the best potion set you can, so whether it's supers, extremes or overloads, just bring sort of like a set of those. You're going to want a prayer renewal and prayer potions obviously, so you can keep your prayer going. You're going to need portents or restoration. I'm not going to, so what they do is once you drop below 50% health, they heal you. I won't go into why you need those now, but we'll talk about that a bit later. But definitely some portents of restoration. Just fill the rest of your inventory with food, any food you like. I just use sharks because rocktails are a bit expensive to use on sort of a slayer task like this. And then just fill up your beast of burden with food. So to get there, you just take the Alcarid lodestone, head southeast through like some guards, and then you'll down some stairs, and then you'll be outside the cave where they are. Congrats on making it all the way through this guide, but we're finally towards the end where we actually get to start killing the Ripper Demons. So basically once you get in there, you want to pot up, you want to put on Protect from Melee, as they hit extremely often and they can hit quite high. So you're going to want to be blocking as much damage as possible. You're also going to want to put on Turmoil or Piety, whichever one you have. It's completely fine if you have Piety with just Protect from melee, you'll do absolutely fine. But once you get in there, you're going to want to know sort of what to look out for. So the Ripper Demons have basically 3 special attacks, and sort of like a 4th kind of bonus thing. So the Ripper Demons themselves have adrenaline, and you'll see the adrenaline bar above their heads as you kill them. Once this reaches full adrenaline, the demons have a chance of sort of disappearing and then reappearing on a random square around you. When they disappear, a black sort of shadow will appear on a square near you. You want to run away from that as quickly as possible and get as far away from it as you possibly can. That's why in these clips you'll see me playing on the lowest detail, because it's a little bit easier to see the shadows as opposed to on higher detail. So basically you just run away from the shadow. If you don't run away from the shadow, then you'll get instantly killed from no matter what health you're on, you will die instantly. So just be mindful of that, and just remember the Ripper Demon, sorry, can only do this attack after they've reached full adrenaline. So if you can manage to kill them before they reach full adrenaline, then nice job. But so that's that special attack. It's the most lethal thing they can do. So keep an eye out for that one. It's definitely the most dangerous and something that you should definitely pay a lot of attention to when killing these things. So the reason that we're meleeing these is because if you try and attack them from a distance, then they'll sort of teleport directly next to you and then they'll cast Slaughter on you, which means you'll take increased damage if you move. So basically you just want to melee because you get the Dark Light bonuses, as well as them not sort of teleporting to you and kind of slaughtering you. But if you are moving around a lot for whatever reason, and you know, kind of avoiding them, then they will still teleport you and slaughter you. So just make sure, you know, if you're trying to run away or something, that you don't have Slaughter on you and that you're just going to get completely KO'd by that. So while you're killing the Ripper Demons, if for any reason your health falls below 50%, then basically other demons will start piling on top of you. So it's extremely recommended that you sort of stay high health, and this is why I recommend bringing the Portents of Restoration, because they automatically heal you when you drop below 50% health. So just remember to keep your health topped off at all times. It's usually not too difficult, and it's not, you know, too big of an issue, but it's definitely something you need to keep an eye out, because you definitely don't want more than one of these things attacking you at a time. Nice, you've finally gotten your first kill on a Ripper Demon, but the fight's not actually over yet. So basically once you kill one of these things, they're not actually dead, they're sort of going to stay alive for a bit. You can't attack them, but they're just going to sort of stay in their place and sort of just spin around and just go crazy, doing 950 damage per tick to any nearby players before they actually drop to the ground. So as soon as you kill one, you sort of just want to run away for a bit, wait for him to do his thing, and then go grab the loot if you want. One thing to be mindful of this is that other people's Ripper Demons who they've killed can hurt you, so if there's sort of other people in the cave, then you sort of just want to stay away from them, as when they kill their demon, it can kind of start taking you out. And I actually had a situation earlier where I was just looting, some other guy killed a demon, sort of just spun around, did heaps of damage to me, dropped me below 50% health, and then sort of all the demons in the room piled me and I died. So just be careful of that, sort of kind of keep to yourself, stay away from other players, and just remember to move away after you kill them. Just some extra tips when killing these is you want to use some defensive abilities if you can, such as Debilitate and Devotion. They can definitely help mitigate the damage you take and sort of help save food. Also remember to use your Excalibur special attack if you have it, and once again just remember to stay above 50% health at all times. So the hard part is all over, but to be honest it probably wasn't worth it, as all you're going to be getting from these things are just some basic rune items like the plate body and plate legs, as well as the claws. You'll get an assortment of herbs, but not too many, and other miscellaneous items such as coal and maybe some logs or some wine of Zamorak. But the main thing you're going to be killing these things for is the new tier 85 Ripper Claws, which have a special attack. I'm not quite sure what it is. I haven't really looked too into it, as I'm not really too concerned about them, as from what I've heard from people they're not too great, as I already have Drygors, and so, you know, Obviously tier 90 is going to be better than tier 85, but maybe I can make a video on them if there's enough interest. But that's mainly what you're going to be killing these things for. They're going for, you know, a couple mil right now, well, more than a couple because they're brand new. People want to use to buy them, but the price will probably lower and stabilize eventually. So other than those claws, you're not really looking out for anything special when you're killing these things. I actually got a troll drop earlier. I got a loot beam when I killed one. Turns out it was just a rare drop table, so I don't know. But anyway, thanks heaps for watching this guide, guys. Hope it helps you guys be able to sort of kill your first Ripper Demon or sort of do your first task. Any feedback is definitely welcome, and please suggest any future videos you want us to make. So once again, thanks heaps for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video.